Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
We're so thrilled to have on an incredible singer, songwriter, entertainer, Struggle Jennings. Struggle, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
This new album, Monte Carlo, what a great album. I was telling you before we came in studio, there's so many great songs on here, but you have a lot of guests on here also, buddy.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I love the choices that you said when you were telling me what your favorites were.
Right.
Because they were the ones that were like the truest to me. And everybody in the studio loved those songs the most, but they were the ones that didn't make it as singles. So hearing you say that let me know how great of an ear you got.
Well, you know, to me also, listening to your album, which there's not a bad cut on here. I think almost all of the songs on here are singles.
Oh,
because, you know, with your choices of songs and it feels kind of autobiographical too.
It is.
It's like you're sharing your heart in this album.
Yeah, and that was the plan of it. You know, that was, I went in and I didn't want to stick to one format, one genre, I wanted to convey my life and portray the nostalgia that I felt from the Monte Carlo.
Right,
that I named it after. And if you're riding and you're listening to a radio, not just now, but in the different eras throughout life.
Right.
And so it just really came from a true and honest place, the whole album.
Well, you know, and I want you to tell the story too, because I'm a car nut also and motorcycle nut. But it's like, you know, you named this album after the car.
Yeah. So I went and I bought a '84 Monte Carlo, and when I sat in it and I started it up, and it took a little second to start, you know, and then the motor started roaring. I smelt it, the interior, the radio, everything's
logos
original.
in the seats.
Logos in the seat, the SS, the Chevrolet on the door handle.
Right.
Little detail that has gotten lost now.
Totally.
Right?
But it was the craftsmanship.
It was. And so another point of it, you know, is the craftsmanship, the nostalgia, you know, the places that it brought me back of sitting in my dad's Monte Carlo.
Right.
You know, as a kid, and just having that feel that I felt. And I drove the car to the studio every day.
Wow. So it was in your head.
Yeah.
You know, while you're doing it, you know, and once again, a great comparison too, Struggle, to where, you know, the album to me, you know, you had traditional country in there. It's like, you know, I listen deep, and it's like I'm hearing, you know, steel guitar, and I'm hearing some banjo here and there, where you got traditional, and then you have the very modern, and you have kind of everything in between. You know, when you have artists like, you know, your buddy Jelly Roll, you got Billy Ray Cyrus on here, you've got Lori Morgan. It's like, it's like you're crossing all the time boundaries.
Yeah. Well, and that's what those cars have done. You know, that's what I wanted it to be timeless. You know, I wanted it to feel the same if I listened to it in 10 years as if I would have listened to it 10 years ago.
Right.
You know.
Well, you know, and that's the thing too, that, you know, some of our viewers may not realize. It's like, you know, with you being related to Shooter Jennings and with Jessie Colter and Waylon Jennings, and your mom sang with Waylon for 10 years.
Yeah. Back up.
And you were running around backstage seeing all this go down.
Yeah, watching it all. Not even having a clue what I was getting to witness, you know.
But it, you know, it's not lost on me, you know, with your music, with, you know, the outlaw country rap, you know, the movement that you're a part of now. Waylon Jennings was not part of the in-group back then.
Oh, no.
He and Willie weren't.
You know, I've had so many, because I started blending the genres 15 years ago.
Right.
I recorded Outlaw shit in 2007. Wow. And I actually didn't release the record till 2010 because everybody was saying, oh, you can't do that. You can't mix country and rap. It's going to ruin your career. You know, you got to make another Jeezy song, you know. And I held on to it. And then I was finally like, you know what? I can't let this go another day. I released it. And then, you know, I got picked up and went to prison for 5 years and came home to this whole new genre.
Right.
You know.
Because you were ahead of your time.
Yeah. And it's been amazing to watch, you know.
Well, and also I got to bring this up too, to where I think, to me, it's inspirational, and to a number of other people, to where, you know, in prison, you turned your life around. You know, you lost a bunch of weight. You started focusing on your art of songwriting and what you wanted to do, and you came out a new person, and now your career's just taken off.
Yeah, well, you know, I didn't have a choice. I was sitting in prison, and I was watching my world outside of the walls crumble. I was watching my kids go through foster care, the mother of my children, you know, becoming addicted to drugs. And I was watching all this happen. I had no control. And the only thing that I had control of was who I became.
Right.
And doing that soul searching and stripping down all the layers and, you know, brick by brick, all the walls that I had put up, and finding the true root of all the issues that I had, right, and who I was, and finding that core. And I had a lot of people when I came home, they're like, "Oh, you switched up, you're wearing turquoise and cowboy boots." And it's like, y'all don't know what I just went through.
Right.
I found out who I am and who I want to be.
You walked through the fire.
100%. And, you know, but that's the beautiful thing is, like, if you want to purify gold, you put it in the fire. You pull it out, you wipe off the imperfections, you put it back in the fire.
Right.
So you can't be afraid of those flames. You know, that's what purifies you. That's what makes you, it gives you the strength to be able to endure and accept all the blessings that, you know, we all are going to see if we just stick to it.
Well, you know, and besides, you know, all the album, you know, the new music, the YouTube channel, which is doing incredible. It's like, you know, reading your story and listening to your music, I thought Struggle would be an amazing, you know, speaker to just go and speak with people, to be you know, motivational speaker.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. You know,
in your spare time.
Well, I want to make it a priority as well. You know, I'm still on parole, so I have some stipulations and some restrictions in getting back into prisons and speaking.
Yes.
But it's something that my team is definitely working on, and I go do rehabs. I've done a couple middle schools, you know, and talk to kids and try to just give them inspiration. Anybody going through any kind of hard times or transgressions, just showing them, hey, it is possible.
Right.
Stick to your guns, you know, make the right decisions. You can turn around from anything, and anything is possible with faith and hard work. So.
Well, you know, and speaking of which, you know, going back to Monte Carlo, it's such a great body of work.
I appreciate
it. You know,
that.
and as I mentioned, you know, listening to the lyrics, you know, you're sharing your heart, and you're sharing where you are now, and also with your own label, with Angels and Outlaws. And we were talking about, you know, your daughter.
Yes.
You know, being an inspiration to your daughter now with her music career and with other artists you're working with.
Yeah, Brianna, my daughter, Brianna Harness, she just released her new album, Cowgirls Don't Cry. Wow. Hit #2 on blues charts, debuted #2 on blues charts, and is an amazing body of work. I mean, she's just, you know, she's got a real story. She was 12 when I went to prison, you know, and so she was out there on her own, and she's been through a lot. Right. You know, and so watching her rise above that and find that strength and find the passion in music and being able to excel to where she's I don't even know where she's gonna go. Like, she has the potential to be an icon, you know.
Right.
Like, she's amazing. Her voice is amazing. Her story is amazing. And yeah, then I have JD Huggins, who's an amazing artist. We put a rock album out on him. He's going more country this year because he's really that guy. He's in a single wide trailer with 30 chickens in the backyard. Like, he's an Appalachian boy.
Right.
You know. And then Caitlin Curtis, we had the #1 song last year with God We Need You Now.
Oh yeah,
and
great song.
She's got an amazing voice, amazing songwriter, so she's got a huge career ahead of her.
But with your musical history and legacy, you're able to walk between all these different styles. You're not stuck. It's just like coming up with, you know, the outlaw country rap. You were ahead of your time, and you and Jelly Roll are such great friends, and Jelly Roll's doing incredible.
So good. I'm so proud of him.
You know, and I think I told you when I had Yellow Wolf and Shooter on the show, they mentioned you.
Yeah. That's my team, man. Those are my guys. And I'm so proud of all of them. You know, Shooter, where he's went with his production and winning all these Grammys, and he's actually producing an album on me this year. So that's coming later this year. And me and Yellow Wolf are working on some stuff together. Jelly Roll's a part of my other project right now, kind of A&R in it, putting me with some great writers and just really opening a lot of the doors that for a long time we couldn't get in, you know, and he somehow, Jelly, found a side door and snuck in, you know.
But, you know, isn't that the best, though? Because, you know, it's like, you know, everybody's trying to go through the front door.
I know.
But it's like, you know.
So much cooler coming in the back.
Coming in the back door, side door, maybe a window.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, just like, you know, getting to do interviews with great artists like you, it's like, I feed off this.
Yeah,
because, you know, it's a chance to introduce viewers to your music to where, you know, maybe they didn't know about it, but then, you know, they know Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
And then they hear you, and it's like, you know, and a big tour this year.
Oh, amazing.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I can't even.
Tickets are already selling out.
Yes, they're selling out fast. by the time this airs, it'll be sold out. Definitely. We're only a week into sales and it's already over.
So you're going to have more tour dates.
Oh yeah, I hope so.
and more merch.
Yes, send the merch. I'm so blessed too because I'm the only other artist besides Jelly, of course, because it's his tour that's on every show.
Right.
So, and there's amazing lineups every night. You know, we've got Yellow Wolf and 3-6 Mafia, Ashley McBride, Caitlin Curtis is coming out to a bunch of them. So yeah, no, it's insane. It's going to be crazy.
Well, you know,
crazy
and what's interesting to me on the Two Struggle is that with your incredible new album, Monte Carlo, I think that people are going to go back and sample more of the back stuff you did too, like you did with Jelly Roll.
Yeah,
you know, with Waylon and Willie and everything like that. And then they're going to me, it's always the evolution of the music because, you know, Monte Carlo is just a great. I mean, you're going to have to make more videos. I know YouTube. It's like you're knocking it down. I know.
I'm really telling my team like I want to shoot a video to every song.
Right.
You know, even though they want like 6 weeks in between, I'm just like, man, I don't even. I dropped Alligator Boots the other day, like completely on the fly. The distribution company didn't even know that I was going to drop it. I just released it, and it's going viral right now. It's doing incredible it's Alligator Boots for me and Yellow Wolf.
Yeah.
So yeah, be looking for a lot more of that.
You know what? And just an idea. You know, they may need to reintroduce the Monte Carlo.
Yeah.
You know, bring it out. Maybe have like a signature model.
They need to. They need to do a Struggle Jennings Monte Carlo.
That's what I'm thinking.
Chevy, I hope you're listening.
And then you can go hang out at NASCAR.
Yeah.
And you got your own car.
I know.
You know. So it's so many great things are happening though.
Yeah, it is.
And for all the right reasons too, don't you think?
Oh, of course. You know, if nothing else, being able to continue to have this testimony and be able to tell people like, look, I did it.
Right.
I'm no better than you. I made a lot of mistakes, probably, you know, more than most people. And if you just make the right decisions and keep working and don't let go, don't let up, don't let anybody tell you that you can't, you know, that's a big restriction. Everybody wants to listen to what everybody else has to say. Just, hey.
Well, and it's tough, I think, to forge, particularly as a musical artist like yourself, it's tough to forge new ground because you're going into new territory.
For sure.
But what's incredible with like you and Jelly Roll and everything, and obviously Yellow Wolf and Shooter Jennings too, is that you guys are forging this new path, but then you're bringing up other artists too and helping them as you're moving up the ladder. Yeah,
I wanted to build something bigger than myself, you know, and when they grounded us and we couldn't tour in 2020, I was like, I've got a little extra money. I know a bunch of artists that are incredible, that I believe in, and let's just sit in the studio all year and start cutting records. And it's worked out, and me being able to give them that little boost and that little platform, you know, I've been giving it, you know, Jelly's helped me along the way, Yellow Wolf's helped me along the way, Shooter's helped me along the way, you know, even if just mentioning my name here, right? So being able to give that back and also help other artists not make the same mistakes I made, you know.
Right, but also you learn from those mistakes. You wouldn't be where you are now without them.
No.
You know, and with your story, I was thinking, you know, you and Jelly may need to take like a film crew on the road.
Oh, we do.
And maybe a documentary out of this tour this year.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, we also, I've been documenting my life since '07. So I've got footage, which you can find a lot of it on YouTube, but we've been pulling it down because we're right now in the process of making the documentary.
Wow, I can't wait to see that.
Every time that we think we're ready to do it, something else cool happens, and we're like, we can't end it yet.
Well, you know, it's like 10 or 15 or 20 years from now, you're going to have to write a book about all this too.
Oh yeah. I wrote one already, never published it yet, because like I said, the ending just keeps getting greater.
Yeah, it just keeps building up. And I got to think too in my heart, it's like, what do you think Waylon would say? You know, about your career and life now, and obviously you and Shooter working together.
Definitely.
You know, and you being that little kid that was backstage while your mom was singing backup on tour. What do you think he would say about things now?
I know he would be so proud of me. Like, you know, and I've had a lot of old school country fans that have kind of, you know, they over the years they've took shots or whatever. Like, what would Waylon think you're rapping? I'm like, if Waylon was born in 1980, he'd been doing exactly what I'm doing.
Right.
Forging new ground, you know, trailblazing, making music that people might not understand, but one day, as the years have passed, it's became more and more of a thing. So, you know, and I make music that just feels good to me and is true to me.
And it's an honest message.
Yeah. 100%.
You know, when you and I hope that people, you know, and obviously our viewers, you know, who are going to, you know, add it to their playlist. You know, you're going to have vinyl, you're going to have CDs, but it's like the lyrics. To me, you know, if you really listen to it, they're deep.
Yeah, well, I've built my whole brand, and I've wanted to always keep that integrity, be honest, let people know what I've been through, how I've made it out, give them something to hold on to, give them something to gravitate towards in times of need. And that's why I've got such an incredible fan base. You know, we meet and they cry, we hug, they tell me their stories of strength and hope and how my music helped get them through. And in return, that keeps me motivated to get up every day and not give up.
Right.
Not let them down.
And create new music.
Exactly.
And help others. And just like your name, it's like we're all in the struggle.
Yeah.
But you got to keep pushing yourself. And what you've achieved and continue to achieve is just amazing. I want to make sure for our viewers that for your website, for YouTube, for social media, where do they need to go for everything?
Just Google Struggle Jennings. It's Instagram's I Am Struggle. My Twitter is still @YoungStrug. But my YouTube is Struggle Jennings, website strugglejennings.com. So.
And then with the merch, I was just wondering if you're going to have some cool turquoise or something available too, possibly.
Oh yeah, we're doing everything. I just got my own cigar line, so working on my own tequila. I'm definitely going to do a line of turquoise with 2 Grit, the company I get all my custom turquoise.
You're also going to have maybe workout clothes and like workout, because I could, you know, I'd like to bulk up some more. I don't think I'm going to achieve your level.
Oh yes, you can. Don't set limitations.
Because you can do a whole workout plan on your website.
When I first started working out, I was 335 pounds. And I used to always say, oh, I don't care about abs. I just want to get big. And, you know, that's because I was setting a limitation in my mind that I would never be able to get abs.
Wow.
When I wake up in the morning, baby, I got abs.
Yes, you do.
You know, so it's like anything is possible. You can't set those limitations on yourself. You can get in way better shape than I'm in.
I'll try.
Yeah.
I'll follow your plan.
Hey, Yoda said do or do not. There is no try.
Well, I'll tell you what. I definitely want our viewers, you do need to add this new music, Monte Carlo. The whole album is amazing. I mean, from the single Savior, Thin Line, just all great songs. But most of all, go see him on tour, in concert. Coming to your city, there's going to be more dates added.
I'm actually announcing the Monte Carlo tour Friday. So they'll see this. The tickets will be up.
Yep. You're going to add more shows.
Strikes off in May. Yeah, we're going. So.
It's just amazing. But Struggle Jennings, be sure and get the album. There's going to be vinyl, CD. Add it to your playlist. Every song is a hit single. And you want to go see this man live. Thanks for watching the Rock and Review, and check out Struggle Jennings.
Thanks for having me.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.